The hospital with two faces. In the quiet outskirts of Port Harcourt stood a hospital everyone admired, St. Gabriel's Healing Home. From the outside, it looked like a place of hope, freshly painted walls, smiling nurses, and a signboard that read, "Life is sacred here." Pregnant women traveled from neighboring villages to give birth there, believing it was blessed. They called the owner Dr. Ezekiel Madu, a man praised as a miracle worker. Dr. Madu was not an ordinary man. He spoke softly, prayed loudly, and wore a white coat that never seemed stained. He donated money to churches, paid school fees for widows, and treated some patients for free. To the public, he was a savior. But behind the bright lights of the maternity ward was a darkness so deep that even the walls seemed to tremble at night. What nobody knew was that before Dr. Madu became a medical doctor, he was once an occultic apprentice deep in the forest of Arachuku. As a young man, he had been desperate for wealth and power. When his small chemist shop failed and his fiancée left him for a richer man, bitterness consumed him. That was when an old man with red eyes found him crying by the roadside and whispered words that changed his destiny. "There is power," the old man said, "but it comes at a price." Dr. Madu paid that price with his soul. Years later, when he returned to society as a certified doctor, he built St. Gabriel's Hospital, not just as a place of healing, but as a cover. Beneath the hospital, hidden behind a locked iron door in the basement, was a secret chamber. No nurse ever entered there. No cleaner ever stepped close. That room smelled of incense, blood, and fear. Dr. Madu believed his wealth, fame, and protection depended on renewing his dark covenant regularly. According to the oath he swore long ago, his power would weaken if he failed to feed it with what he called fresh life remnants. To him, newborn baby placenta, something meant to be disposed of with dignity, became a sacred object of darkness. He never harmed babies directly, but he corrupted the sanctity of birth by stealing what was meant to be treated as sacred medical waste. He convinced himself it was harmless. "The babies are alive," he would mutter, washing his hands. "No one is dying." But evil always starts with justification. Some nurses began to notice strange things. Placenta that should be recorded and disposed of would go missing. Dr. Madu personally insisted on handling certain deliveries, especially at midnight. He warned staff never to question him. "Do you want to lose your job?" he would ask calmly. Fear kept them silent. One night,